Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. MC Mora here, and today we're gonna talk all about Cammy because this character looks fantastic. Recently Capcom announced in a trailer that Zangief, Lily and Cammy are coming to Street Fighter 6. Obviously we knew this from a long time ago, but we finally got to see them in action. I have done a video reacting to these three characters. You will find a link to that in the card above. Today it's all about the gameplay, so let's break down what we saw in the trailer. And the first thing we saw is a new target combo. This looks to me like it's a standing heavy punch into forward heavy kick, the double knees, into a follow-up which seems like a heavy kick. A lot of characters got new target combos in Street Fighter 6, so this is not really surprising. Next up, we see Cammy doing standing heavy punch into a spin knuckle, and this time it's actually comboing. Spin knuckle used to be one of Cammy's special moves. In Street Fighter 5 they made it her V-skill 1. Here we see Cammy comboing into it. This move have always been used as a sort of an anti-fireball tools, but it has always been pretty bad, so I wonder how Capcom will try to make it good in Street Fighter 6, and it seems to me like they're going for an attack that will leave the opponent standing and leave Cammy at a possible advantage so she can throw after. I mean, I'm interested to see how it will actually fare out in gameplay. Next, this looks like a pretty basic bread and butter combo. Standing medium punch into standing light kick, spiral arrow seems like a pretty good hit confirm. Not a lot of character got combos like this in Street Fighter 6, so this is looking real good for Cammy. Now this next part is where Cammy gets a little bit interesting, because in Street Fighter 6 every character got some sort of a gimmick, right? And Capcom have revealed in the blog post that Cammy is able to charge the heavy versions of Spiral Arrow, Cannon Spike and Hooligan combination. And what we see here is Cammy doing the target combo, the back medium punch heavy kick target combo, and then she is charging the heavy kick Cannon Spike, the heavy kick DP, right? And what she's doing here seems very similar to her V-Trigger 1 DP from Street Fighter 5. I wanna see how the Hooligan combination would look like and how the Spiral Arrow would look like, because my assumption here with Cammy is that you would wanna combo into moves that leaves you at a lot of head stun, say a drive rush into heavy punch. A lot of head stun will allow you to heavy kick charge these versions and get added follow-ups or added juggles. It's certainly an interesting new idea for this character. And obviously Cammy does this pose, a stretch. This is gonna break the internet. Everyone is losing their mind over it. It's gonna be the new Jaco pose. Mark my words on this one. Next up we see Cammy going for the Hooligan combination and its different follow-ups. She is doing the dive kick followed by the V-Trigger 2 special, which was an overhead, and I'm gonna talk about that a little bit later, and then the throw. And I find it very interesting that Capcom have integrated her V-Trigger 2 into the Hooligan combination. One of the issues with Hooligan that made it hard to use, especially on high level, is that there is no actual mix-up. The grab will whiff on a crouching opponent, and the dive kick was never an overhead, and if you don't do anything, she does the low. So your opponent can just crouch block and they get to block or evade everything, right? Worst thing is they're gonna block the dive kick and Cammy is gonna have some plus frames, but there is no real mix. Assuming here that the V-Trigger 2 special is still an overhead, this gives Cammy a mix-up. Obviously it probably is unsafe, but it's an interesting nonetheless, because Cammy have always been a character, and especially Cammy players, who never had an overhead, and this was one of her main issues in the previous games. Then we get to see a combo that looks absolutely devastating. Jumping heavy kick, standing heavy punch, forward heavy kick, which is a new target combo, and it is special cancelable. She cancels into the EX dive kick, into an EX spiral arrow and then an EX uppercut. This should consume her entire drive gauge, but we don't see Cammy in burnout state after the combo is done. Did Capcom do this just for the trailer, or is this like somewhat like an extended version of a special move? I really don't know, but we got to see the EX spiral arrow in action, the EX dive kick in action, and the EX uppercut. Cool looking combo, probably does a ton of damage, but yeah, I'm really concerned about the meter usage here. Next up we see Cammy's level 2, and this is very cool because this seems like a maximum spider type move where Cammy will just do a dive kick attack, and when this happens to hit, she will transition into that throw animation, very reminiscent of the Street Fighter 2 animated movie. looks very cool, probably does very respectable damage as well. And remember, you will be able to combo into this from EX moves, so she can probably do stuff like EXDB into it. That can be very good. And finally, we get to see the charged version of the Hooligan, because Cammy is charging up the heavy kick Hooligan, and notice there are some sparks when Cammy is flying off of that, and she's coming off very quickly. She does the overhead V-Trigger 2 follow-up, and it looks different, and Capcom said charging these versions will do an amplified versions of them. So she gets the V-Trigger 2 follow-up, gives her enough hit stun to combo into a heavy punch, and then she charges the heavy kick version of the Cannon Spike again, and cancels that into her level 3, which looks absolutely fascinating. Overall, I think the charge mechanic is very interesting for Cammy. I'm very interested to see how will she fare out, because this game now don't have as much plus normals, and in Street Fighter 4 and 5, Cammy was always one of the characters with the best frame traps and best pressure. With that being gone, it seems like Capcom is heading into the direction of giving her actual mix-ups. She obviously got the dive kick, she's probably a speedy character, so will have good footsies as well, and now there is an overhead low mix-up to Cammy. I'm very interested to see how she will fare out, and I'm also interested to see the charge mechanic. I really liked it on Luke, so I want to see how Cammy will fare with it. If you have enjoyed this video, please leave a like or a comment, it helps the channel so much. I will be leaving a link to the Patreon, Discord, Twitter and Twitch pages in the description. Thank you so much for watching and stay safe.